Okay, we have a serious problem in England. And I would argue that probably in what we call the Western world. And it's poison masquerading as sugar. I just went to the shops and I saw an advertising machine outside with different adverts popping up. And one of them said, "Girls poo too." What have we sunk to in England where I can see an advertisement of a young girl? I don't know, she looked anywhere between 12 and 15. Put next to the words, "Girls poo too." What a disgrace. That's not just provocative, that's a disgrace. That's what our country's come to. Disgusting behaviour like that. Oh, how funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's disgusting and it's disgraceful. And this young girl has been placed right next to that writing. And then you look at the way that young girls are getting away with dressing nowadays. On their way home from school, probably at school, with their dresses, their skirts pulled up. Oh, it doesn't matter. Parents are just doing nothing about it. The fathers have been so emasculated in this country that they can't do anything. And the mother will sit there going, "Oh, let her do it." At least a mother not worth anything. Because a mother worth something would see her daughter do that and give her a thorough, I don't know what the word is. I don't want to use a pun and just say dressing down, but the point is that there's no decent mother in this country who would allow it. So the mothering in our country has gone to hell. And the fathering. And I'm not a parent, but I can see it. I would be damned if my daughter would dress that way. And I will be damned if I'm going to allow my country to carry on this way. These are all indicators that there's a problem. Okay? Human beings act up and act out until they find their boundaries. Kids do it all the time. Alright? They act up, they do naughty things until they are told where the boundary is. And that's what's happening in our country, and we have no leadership. We have zero leadership in this country. Nobody's in charge. And that's the problem. Or rather, the people who are in charge are behind the scenes. You never see them. They've got no voice. They don't exist to the public, and you can't access them. There's no one's responsible. And this is the chaos that is England now. Everyone can see it. How many times do I have to meet other English people who say, "Yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm actually planning to leave." And the people who are orchestrating this are going, "Yes, good, good. Everyone in the whole world must mix and mingle, and so we've got no cultures left, no countries left." That's what's being done. Our country right now is in a sick state. It's in a state of sickness. We are full to the brim with foreigners. I don't care how nice they are. I don't care. They shouldn't be here. Very, very few foreigners should ever be in another country unless there's some sort of invasion going on. We are inundated with foreigners. I'm sick of it. Sure, I can interact with a foreign person cordially. I can show respect as one human being to another. But our country's full of people who have no business being here. Because some globalists think that they're going to completely destroy our country and destroy all the countries of the world and have everyone in a mixed up mess while they remain perhaps themselves. No. No. Girls poo too. Oh, that implies that's a message directed at whom? Who's that directed to? Someone who presumably didn't think that girls poo as well. As well as who? So girls poo as well as boys. What is it? What an absurd, disgraceful conversation to even have. Okay? The implication is men have been oppressing women to the point where men didn't believe that young girls defecated. What a disgusting thing to even insinuate. What a disgrace. Here's some more for you. Women, I've said this before, women getting little dogs and pretending they're babies and pushing them around in prams. The crazy old women used to do that. You'd see a crazy old woman 20 years ago and she'd do that and you think she was off her rocker. Oh, now it's just a fashion thing. So women, instead of having babies, they're having little doggies and pretending that they're babies. Yeah? And then you see men walking down the street pushing the pram, pushing the pushchair. Why? And the woman's wandering along beside him with her hands empty. Oh, that's sexist. You call me what you want. I'm sick of seeing this nonsense in my society. This is a subtle rot in our society, and it has to be completely and utterly cleaned out. I'm tired of seeing this in my beautiful country. I'm tired of it. Instead of a full-on attack, we are being undermined from within. I'm not blaming the foreigners. The average foreigner is completely oblivious and ignorant to any of this. They just look at our country and think, how are these people letting everyone get away with this? No, I don't blame them. There is an insidious group of people whom I would like to describe with profanity right now, who are at work, day in, day out, undermining our country and undermining our people and throwing out this corrupt, disgraceful, demoralizing, corrupt media to try and make everyone into a complete mess. And it needs to be completely and utterly done away with. And it will be. They're just playing for time, because their time is damn near finished. English people won't stand for it. Real English people. I'm so sick and tired of seeing this around me. I put up the fight I can. Where I see something that's out of line, I try to fix it. I will always do that. I'm proud of my country. I love my country. And it is under attack. I'm not the only one who can see it. Millions of people in this country see it. And I would say millions of people are upset about it. Yet, because people have become reliant upon the media, they think, oh, well, if the media says everything's fine. No, no. The media is run by the same people, broadly, who are doing this. Not everyone who's involved in the media is part of it. A lot of them are just doing their jobs. They think that that's normal. But the people who are orchestrating this nonsense are conducting a campaign of psychological warfare on the British people. And that's a fact. Using the media. Using liberalism. Using feminism. I see it. I'm not the only person who sees it. And it's going to get sticky. It's going to get sticky. It has to. And the people who are doing this know that it has to get sticky. And they'll try their best to control that situation as well when it comes. Nobody wants it, but it's going to get to that point. It has to. It can't just carry on indefinitely. What's going to happen now is there are going to be incidents of English people just having enough. It's going to get more and more frequent. And they're going to be disregarded in the media. They're going to be blamed as, oh, it's isolated this or blah, 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 blah. No. No, it's an undercurrent. It's a groundswell. It's a groundswell. I am telling you. It's going to go off in England. Definitely. And I'm glad. It's about time. This is just the truth. It's the absolute truth. Things can't go on as they are. Oh, what? You see one sign in the shop window that says girls poo too and you think there's grounds for unrest? no, it's bigger than that. That's just one of the symptoms. That's not my country. Seeing signs with little girls on, with girls poo 2 written on there, trying to imply difference, not difference, trying to imply some sort of oppressive relationship between men and women. What a disgrace. And that kind of insidious nastiness is being drip fed into our country intentionally, so as to destabilise it, so as to undermine the men of the country. And the men of the country have always been those who stood up for the country. And that's proven by the fact that we go to war for our countries. And men are going to be the people who actually fix this problem. That's why feminism was introduced, to try to undermine men, to try to disable them in their own countries, so that the country could be infiltrated and taken over this way. That's what we've got. Tell me that England is being run by English people, because it's not. It's not being run by English people. English people would never allow every single person from the rest of the world to come swarming in. They'd never do it. They would be aware that it would harm the culture and harm the people and make them upset and make them feel like strangers in their own country, to the point where many of them are choosing to, or trying to leave, or wanting to leave. That's the situation in England. This is a mess. It's a mess. But it's dressed up in pink fluffiness and unicorns. And obviously women love that. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, isn't it pretty? Oh, girls poo too. Oh. Women tend not to see the bigger picture. Oh, not all of them, but they tend to be easier to sway. Oh, what? I don't care. Say what you want. Men are the people, proper men. We are the people with whom the buck stops. We're the people who see the problem and say, I'm sorry, we're going to sort this problem out. At which point, women tend to be like, okay, fine, and they stay out of the way. And that's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. Despite this feminist garbage that's flying around everywhere, this liberalist nonsense. I'm tired of it. That's not reality. It's a fake cloud that's being sent over the nation to try to keep people dumb. Well, you won't keep me dumb, and there are millions of others like me. That's the truth. Instead of a ground forces invasion, this invasion has happened from within. Not by our people. By a group of people who've been working inside our country for a long time to try to undermine it and overturn it. They know who they are, I know who they are, and if you're switched on, you also know who they are, and they need to be dealt with. All we need to do is get our act together and deal with them, for the sake of our country. Otherwise we don't have anything. No, I won't allow that myself. I won't allow it. And there are a lot of other people who will stand with me and fix this. There are a lot of other people who will stand with me and who will work with me to fix this. And it requires work, and we can do it. But I'm sick of seeing what I see around me in my country at the moment. And it's embarrassing. And when I speak to foreigners, I tell them, you've come to England, but this isn't England. You know, remember that film, This Is England? Yeah, well here's another film title, This Isn't England, because this isn't England. This is some sort of putrid mess that someone has put upon this beautiful country. It will be undone. And we'll fix this.